It's a little bit like the Star Wars Cantina bar, full of absolute characters, but it's just, honestly, it's such a vibe. Johnny Sirocco, just the name you love to touch. It was just a name. Like, the only one where I thought someone could die was... Welcome to Bongo's Bungalow, the official home of Bongo's Bingo. I'm Jonny Bongo, your host, and I'm joined with my two best friends in the whole wide world, Cole, aka Slutty Susie, and the one and only Jimmy Sweets.
We're here to give you a look into the world of Bongo's Bingo from behind the scenes. So if you've ever wondered how we reincarnated the beautiful game of bingo, this is your place.
We're unpacking the stories, the madness and the magic, plus a glimpse behind the curtain to what you guys never get to see.
We're going to take you from our humble beginnings to tiny venues to hosting some of the biggest parties all over the world. And of course, we're going to dive into the legendary prizes as well, from Henry Hoovers to unicorns and all that's in between.
And the Bungalow isn't just a place for us to share, it's also for you. So send in your stories, questions, and even your dream prize ideas for your chance to be a part of the show.
Follow us on socials at Bongo's Bungalow and share your wildest Bongo's Bingo stories with us.
You can also get in touch via email, hello@bongosbungalow.co.uk.
So grab a wee bevy, get your dancing shoes on, and settle in for the Bongo's Bungalow, the podcast where the party never stops and the balls keep bouncing. Good first intro.
I don't know, should we do it? Should we do it again?
No, let's just wreck the place. We've done it. I think I had the best reading voice.
Yeah, you did actually.
Yeah.
Yours is good.
Was it alright?
Yeah. It's not. It's just. It's good. I like that.
I'm not convinced by it still.
It reminded me more of TikTok voices.
I reckon mine might be a little bit different every show.
Come with me to the Bongo's Bungalow.
I think
to this hidden gem. To this hidden gem of a podcast, where we will be doing this. And
I sounded really boring. I think.
No, it's all right. Listen, we've done it. We're here. First ever podcast recorded.
Yeah.
They thought it would never happen.
Long time in the making.
10 years in the making, to be fair.
Yeah.
So welcome if you've just joined us. I suppose for 10 years, people have said, why don't you just do a podcast? And we just thought, I'm too busy. And then tech team and the guys over there, they were like, well, if you do it, we'll do all the editing. So we just thought, well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, we just have to sit here and chat.
And I think it's a nice thing because, we're coming into our 10th year of doing Bongo's Bingo. So I think it's a nice wee thing to just record some of the stories and look back over the 10 years for the memory bank.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about.
10 years worth.
Yeah.
Of antics.
Say 10 years one more time.
So, obviously it's the 10th year, and no, it's good. I think it's something I think that'll be nice to look back at if our memories are going, because I think they are pretty going from 10 years doing this. What a weekend! What have you been up to? You weren't with me and Cole.
No, I just did. I did a couple of shows in the hometown of Liverpool. I did Friday night and the Saturday matinee, which is weird because I had to get up really early for the matinee. But
so you did night show and
night show into daytime. But I still gave my all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys do?
Me and Cole went on a mad one.
Well, I think we've seen each other every day since Tuesday.
Yeah, every single day. Went to football together. Went to Cooper's 100th anniversary, and then we did a show in Cambridge.
Yeah, that was class.
Unbelievable. Cambridge is the one. It was a brilliant show. And then then we were meant to come back, but then we had to go from Cambridge to London. And then I thought I had to get back to look after the kids. But Louise sort of said, our mum and dad were having them overnight. So I was like, oh, right, okay. But inside I was like, let's have it. So we went to London, watched the show in London, Bongo's Bingo show in
Steelyard at London
Bridge. Popped in and seen the guys. And then got the train back, and then it was 8 o'clock, and we were like, there's a show in Liverpool, let's go to that. Yeah. So we did 3 shows in 24 hours.
Yeah.
What was it like watching someone else do the show in content? Obviously, you normally do the shows.
I thought Steve was brilliant. I think I find it always strange watching someone else do shows, because obviously we don't really get that, as hosts, we don't really get so much opportunity to watch other people. But no, I loved it.
Yeah, I get the buzz of watching the other lads dance. I just want to get on.
Yeah.
So I did at both shows.
Yeah. Well, that was he suited up and just went on stage.
Well, I'll be dressed with me from Cambridge, so why not?
I had someone message me on Instagram, my mate Alan, because I think we'd done the show in we done, what's his Instagram story? Like 24. It's 24 hours.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
they're
like
all there.
he's doing show in Cambridge. Next minute he's tagged it in London Bridge, and then he's in Liverpool, and he's in the dress, and he just messaged me going, "That Cole's a fucking machine." You are though.
Oh, I didn't feel like it on Sunday though.
No, dead.
What was your favourite bit of the 3 shows that you did?
Well, I was on that stage for the longest, the Cambridge, so Cambridge defo. Nah, do you know what? I like Cambridge because it's only the second show that we've done there, and obviously a lot of the crowd have never been before. And as the night goes on, you just see them all like, and then at the end, absolutely having it like they start like so reserved, and at the end, it's just absolutely wild.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, it feels like doing shows early on, like years ago, when you do a new city, where they haven't maybe the majority of them haven't been to a Bongo's Bingo show before. It definitely feels like doing shows in the early days, but that's good as well.
I don't like that with matinees as well. Like people are just like, I've done bongos before, but I've never really done it at this time, and like no one's really drunk, and no one's quite sure. Until about 10 minutes in, when everyone's just like, fuck it.
Well, that matinee in London Bridge was,
it was going
absolutely
off.
going off.
Yeah.
Have you done London Bridge before?
Yeah, not a matinee though.
But it's class. It's one of the smaller venues, and it's brilliant. So yeah, it's been a mad week. Cooper's was a highlight though. 100 years. If anyone is unfamiliar with what Cooper's is, it's probably my favourite bar in Liverpool. You'll see it. It's gone over the last few years. It's gone massive on social media and TikTok. It is a bar that probably holds about 70 people. It's a little bit like the Star Wars Cantina bar, full of absolute characters. But it's just, honestly, it's such a vibe.
It is.
And yeah, they're celebrating their 100 years, and you can see them on TikTok and all. It is just class. But hey, what an honour! Couldn't believe it. They asked this guy to open the plaque, a centenary plaque,
bigger than like the key to the city, innit?
Yeah.
Like that's
like when I found out about it, I did shed a tear. Like I did, because I've been going to this bar for like 20 years, and like the 100-year anniversary, and they asked me. I couldn't believe it.
Why do you think they asked you? I mean, you're in there all the time, aren't you? But
I'm in there all the time, yeah. And we've had moments in there, so it's like I've always really like tried to promote that bar as much as I can. Like anybody I'm talking about, anytime anyone's visiting, friends from Ireland or London or wherever, I'm like, this is the first stop. You gotta come to Cooper's.
Yeah.
You never leave without a smile on your face. And like over the years when we've had guests at the bingo, like I've brought them to Cooper's and they've done karaoke. So like we had Nadine Coyle from Girls Aloud, and I was like, you gotta come to Cooper's and you gotta sing. And the place is just full of like absolute like
characters.
Didn't you take the person from M People there?
Yeah, Heather Small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, what did she sing as well?
Surely one of her own songs.
No,
she sang My Girl, was it?
My Girl.
Yeah,
Smashed it. Nadine Coyle was the best one, because like no one even like clocked that it was her. And I'm like telling the guy that runs the karaoke, that's Nadine Coyle from Girls Aloud, and he's like, no, yeah, okay.
No, but
And she sang Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
yeah, no, I liked it when we took Heather Small and then we all sat in the back and got like a caricature, do you know?
Yeah, it's like there's always someone in there just drawing like caricatures, but they're just absolutely they're rubbish. Like, but it's just
there's some amazing characters in there.
It's just a bit like when we went in there on Thursday. We're there for 9 hours just in the bar.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's a guy that just goes around putting clips on people, like clothes pegs. That's just his thing. So he's just going around pegging people with these clothes pegs. But it's not even like you just go, oh fuck's sake. And like there was 2 on the back of my shoes, and you just leave with pegs. It's just
you forget about it as well, and then someone like, oh, you've got 6 pegs on your back, and you're just like, fucking hell.
So I highly recommend it. If you've never ever been to Cooper's, go and check it out and look at that plaque on the wall.
Did you get your name on the plaque?
My name's not on the plaque, but I did do a speech and I unveiled it with a little curtain. So have you got the footage? Have we got it? Watch this podcast. Look, it's serious technology. Is that working? See? I'm unveiling a plaque. There you go. Is there anything you guys can't do? Fucking tech team, innit?
It was a good day though.
Best day ever.
Really good day.
And
Oh, you turned up as well?
I was going to say,
forgot about that.
Thanks for telling me like I wasn't there, but I was actually there.
You were there?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
I've just
I remember I winked at you during your speech and you were like...
That's right, yeah, I was doing my speech and you sort of turned up because it was a lockout, you couldn't get in.
Yeah.
And you were at the door and you just...
It was 1 in, 1 out.
That's never happened in Cooper's
No,
before.
never.
Yeah, so as I said, we're going to delve back into the history books. 10 years
Wow.
of the origins of Bongo's Bingo, and a lot of people probably might know how it started, but it sort of started off the back of this quiz I used to do. Now I've known Jim. What did we go back? What?
I'd say 15 years.
15
probably.
years, yeah.
Like that,
so
yeah.
I was living in London at the time. You moved down.
Mm-hmm.
I was managing a bar in Brixton, and you came and worked there. We were managing it together.
Yeah, I'd say my life's never been the same since I met you.
Is that a positive or a negative? Positive or negative? In between?
I'd say it's middle ground.
Highs and lows? Roller coaster?
Highs, best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You
Lows,
were best man at my wedding.
Lows.
First one. Well, let's not talk about that.
No. Yeah, what a ride.
Yeah.
15 years. It must be 15.
Yeah, so we're living in Brixton together, spending all our time together. It was just so much fun. I loved it.
You were absolutely mental back then.
What, in the Brixton days?
Yeah. I remember, so I went down to London to try and get a job, and then my mate set me up with the interview in the bar, and why are you laughing?
He came down to London like little Dick Whittington because you were thinking the streets are paved with gold.
Yeah,
and
they were.
And they weren't. No,
No, to be honest, I was living under a bridge for about. I was.
What do you mean?
I was living in a cardboard factory.
A cardboard factory?
In the office, yeah.
Did you work there?
No.
What?
Yeah, I was living in a cardboard factory. I've still got an affinity with cardboard boxes now.
What are you talking about? You live in
When I moved down to London, I was living. My friend, his uncle or something, owned this cardboard factory, and I stayed on. It was like under a bridge though, like in like a weird like dungeon type.
Is this just a
thing.
fancy way of saying that you were homeless? Like,
No, I wouldn't say homeless per se.
I was living in a cardboard box.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a step up from being in a cardboard box. But yeah, so then I got an interview to go to a bar in Brixton to like meet all the guys and stuff. And as soon as I met Jonny, and this is genuine, I thought like this guy is basically like a Tasmanian devil. He was just like running around like so excited about everything, and like a really magnetic person. And I was like, who is this? But then,
You live in a cardboard factory? That's amazing.
yeah, you were made up. And then you used to just have like you were obviously the supervisor there, and I was just like bar staff. And then he would have like every single night, regardless of what day it was, he would get us all back to his flat, like basically host his own party.
Class. And then, yeah, those parties were unbelievable.
They were unbelievable, partly because you had a stripper pole in the middle of your flat.
Yeah, but I wasn't like being like Hugh Hefner.
No, you were.
My ex at the time was polar size was a big thing. You know, like it's big now, but like
yeah,
it's exercise, but on a pole.
And my ex at the time worked in the bar and used to make a pole dance all the time.
Scantily clad.
Yeah, but you were good on the pole.
I was good on the pole.
You could do the upside down, like sort of, it's like a free fall drop. So he'd like hang himself upside down and then drop and then pause like an inch
before you hit the floor.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
like a death drop. It was class.
I don't know if I could do it now, but
can we get a pole?
No.
Here? No. We'll get one next time. And
we may as well have a go.
Yeah, you still got it, man.
But so that was the first like introduction of you. But I was just like, you were just unbelievable party animal. Like you never stopped. Always just like in a good way. Like you were always positive. Always like just like a really good outlook on life. And I thought I want to be around this guy. And then you left and moved to Liverpool.
Yeah, but you followed though.
Followed on, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to beat that guy. I need that guy as my best friend. So
you moved up within about a year.
And now you and Cole are best friends. So
no, we're all together equal. Trio, mate.
All right, then tripod.
Tripod, yeah. And then Cole, we know each other through the quiz days.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I didn't really know you then.
But were you thinking this guy's a Tasmanian devil, and I really want to
be around this guy?
He's got a really positive outlook.
You left the quiz and went to the bingo, and I followed you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real love story.
That's why I used to just go to the quiz, didn't I? I didn't actually know you then, really.
Yeah, so for reference point, I used to run a pub quiz in the Ship and Forecast in Liverpool, which was kind of similar to what the bingo is. It is all really based on this pub quiz that was still a pub quiz, but it had mad bonus rounds and like raves and mad prizes. And you were a regular there, like.
Yeah, I think you'd been going for a while before I started, and then I went with a few lads obviously the first time we just did it was a quiz, and then we started like saying like, oh, there's a bonus round and that. And at the bonus round, like my mates wouldn't get up and do stuff like at the time. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll do it. I think the first one was it was, you had to like cross dress, so you had to get basically, yeah, if you don't mind, you had to dress as a woman over way around. But like all the other teams, they had men and women in the team, and mine was just like was 4 lads stood at the bar, and they were like, everyone was swapping clothes, and I was like, oh, what the fuck are we gonna do here? And I was like, oh, I've got an idea. And my mates were like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, don't worry about it. So I just got up, and then when it was my turn, I just stood on a bench and I took my dick between my legs and just dropped my pants.
Yeah.
I believe that's called a mangina.
Yeah. 2012, mate. Anything was going there. Manginas in front of you. You get locked up for that now. Some of the stuff like that, some of the bonus rounds, some of the things that happened over the years. Like I remember I used to do the go get me something.
Yeah.
So like there'd be like 30 teams sometimes playing, like, and the bar would be packed, and then I'd just say, like, question number 5, first person to get me this, like, get me a Kinder Bueno, gets 2 points. So you just see like 30 or 40 people just leg it out of the bar, and then I continue the quiz, and then like 5 minutes later someone just comes in like covered in sweat with like a Bueno.
Okay, before we talk about the rounds, where did the name Jonny Bongo come from?
Do you know what? I think there wasn't really much thought to it. I think so. I'd been working in the shipping forecast. So when I left you in London, you were all on your own.
Yeah.
I came up. I got a job, same company, to come in and be a manager in the shipping forecast. And then
how did that go?
I'll tell you about that in a second. But yeah, I started the quiz. I'd done a few little bits and bobs down in London, and then when I was starting it, I think wanted to call it John. I think it was either Johnny Phoenix's Monday night quiz, and someone said that sounds like Phoenix Nights, or I think it might Johnny Sirocco was another name I liked.
What's that?
Johnny Sirocco, just the name you love to touch. It was just a name I liked. Could have been Sirocco's bingo, you never know. But then someone at the table, someone at the bingo just said, "What about Jonny Bongo?" And that's literally the amount of thought that went into it.
The name you love to touch.
The name you love to touch. Yeah.
That's an unbelievable.
But I came up to work, and I must have been. I was working as a manager, but then also doing the Monday night quiz, and then I got sacked from the shipping forecast.
Yeah, tell us about the how you got sacked.
Do you know what? It wasn't.
It was one of my favourite stories.
No, so Pete, have I told you this call?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So when I was,
I zoned out for a second, then think about how mad it is that Bongo and Bingo is so close. Well,
oh, you're just getting onto that now, yeah? Hey, Bongo and Bingo is so similar, isn't it? Took you 10 years to work that out, baby.
If that had been Sirocco's Bingo, just wouldn't have
Sirocco's
really.
Bingo. Do you know what? We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
It's all in the name. No, so I was managing the shipping forecast, and then on one bank holiday weekend, I think it was a Sunday night, it was like a big event on till like 1 a.m. The bar was packed, and I was managing the shift. And then when I was locking up, I would try to, like, set the alarm. Like, I'd done everything, cashed up, ready to go, stocked up, and then the alarm wouldn't set. It just kept going error, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I phoned like the alarm company. Was like, this isn't setting, and they're like, well, it's bank holiday Sunday, we'll send an engineer out.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's going to be 3 to 4 hours. And I went, yeah, cool, no, don't worry about it. And because I wasn't going to sit in the bar for 4 hours waiting for an engineer. And then I only lived around the corner, so I just locked up as normal, but didn't set the alarm. And then I was opening up the next day as well, and like I literally walked around at like 10 a.m, all the doors were open. And like I was like, oh no. And what had happened was,
like, broken into.
So yeah, someone had like, it was a proper job these people had done. It was a proper, like, a criminal gang fraternity had basically tampered with the alarm so it wouldn't set, and then probably hoped that whoever was on duty was probably like me. Not going to be bothered waiting the thing. And yeah, they came in like a van, jumped over, went down, took the actual whole safe out with the bank holiday weekends takes, bring it out in the back of a truck right up Slater Street and out of there.
What was the phone call like to your boss?
Oh, so were you the last one out and the first one in?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it wasn't an inside job either. It sounds like it's a dodgy. Like I was in on it.
And that's how Bongo's Bingo got funded.
Yeah. No, I remember phoning up. We've been broken into. Did the alarm go off? Did you not set the alarm last night? I was like, well, it was broken. They were like, oh, so I got sacked. But they let me still do the quiz. I wonder why. Because it was making so much
They let
money.
you
on
stay and do the quiz.
Yeah. So I got sacked. I got like full final written warning, sacked, and then I was like, oh no, like, can you still come and do your Monday night quiz? So it was so awkward going to the place.
Yeah,
I'd literally been sacked, and then
Did you hold any like resentment? Because I know like some of the rounds of the quiz were like basically just wrecking the venue.
No, no. Do you know what? I wasn't like gutted.
Yeah.
Like I was sacked. It was like I fucked up. I wasn't like this isn't fair. I was like, I've literally not been bothered to wait for the company to come out. So
yeah.
But yeah, I've trashed the place a few times, but that wasn't out of resentment. Like
I remember when you were getting like, you got like I think about 20 people to down like 4 pints of milk, and then everyone's being sick everywhere.
No, it wasn't. It was 4 pints of milk, and then a bottle of undiluted Vimto. That was the combo. So it was like, yeah, everyone, one person from each team got up for the bonus round to get like 5 points, and they had to like neck 2 litres, ice cold as well. I left it all outside in the day. It was like during the winter.
That's thoughtful.
And then as soon as they did it, the Vimto, and it was like genuinely purple projectile. And once it's one of those ones. Once someone goes, it's a chain reaction. And honestly, and I remember, I think I used to go in and to collect like my pay the next day, and honestly, the bar stunk for a good 2 or 3 days.
Were you there for that?
I don't remember. Well, no, I remember people talking about it, but I wasn't there.
You there for that one?
I wasn't there now.
Yeah, there was like no. I'm
glad, like, because that would have been me who was doing it.
I used to do things on a bonus round, and then it would be like, no, like, right, can't do anything with milk again. So I'd like tick that off, and then I'd be trying different things.
Yeah,
like,
but you tick the milk off, and then you'd go, let's make the whole bar the Grand National course.
Yeah, that was.
I was
you've
there for
done
that one. Yeah.
So for context, Tech Team, the Grand National bonus round there was a good lap sort of around the shipping forecast, like a makeshift lap. And when it was when's the Grand National? April?
Yeah.
I'd always do like the Monday would be a Grand National round where 2 people from each team would go against another team, and one person would get on their shoulders and they would do a lap of this bar. But then what I'd do is I'd set up benches upside down and like chairs the other way around as well, so they'd have to like jump things, and then I'd commentate on it as they were going round, and like definitely broken bones.
Yeah, no, but I remember when I was doing it, you'd set up, because obviously where you were saying there was a lap, it was the staircase, wasn't it, in the middle?
Oh, I remember that.
And you'd set up a bench like underneath where the staircase was, and like as the guy whose back I was on, as he's jumped over the bench, I'd smacked my head on the top of the stairs. But like, so I was like kind of hanging off the back of him, and he was just still running, didn't even know I'd hit my head.
It doesn't really sound like a lap. It just sounds like you've turned tables and benches over and said run round.
It was brutal. Like I remember a few people,
yeah,
like
class.
A few people
stacking it.
I mean, you couldn't get away with that now.
I was gonna say the size of the bar, there must have been at least.
You couldn't get away with it then.
Well, nothing ever. No one ever claimed.
Yeah, there was
nothing.
never anything that went down. Like 20, there was probably about 20 teams as well, and 20 people just bottlenecked, and like, it was heavy. Like
there was always like there was.
There was.
The only one where I thought someone could die was, and that is a genuine, like, when it was happening, I thought, I've fucked it. Someone's gonna.
You didn't think someone was gonna die before, and then just thought, I'll just do it anyway.
What? No, during the aftermath of, I did a hot wings challenge. And I think that was like a kind of, it's the style at the time. You seen it on like TV and all. Everyone was doing these hot wings challenge. I was like, okay, that's an easy bonus round. So
it doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, so I got my mate who's a chef. I said, look, I'll get 2 or 3 kilos of chicken wings. Make these as hot as you possibly can. And he was just like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I went online and got the hottest sauce known to man. And when I tested it, it came with like a little pipette and put it on my tongue, and like the tiniest bit, like a pinhead on my tongue for a good hour, 2 hours, I could feel it like. So then I put that in like a sauce bottle. So once he had done these wings, I just completely like covered it in it. And then the idea was people got up in whenever, one person from each team, and I said you'd get a point for every wing you could eat. So what people were doing were just literally going bang, 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 and then as soon as like it would kick in after like 10 seconds, it was carnage. Like people were being sick. People were going out, like the aftermath of that.
Worse than the milk?
Smoking area. No, the smoking area. People were like lying outside while other people on their team were getting jugs of water and literally throwing it over them because they were so like it was like a Vietnam field hospital. like it was so bad. Like I think some girl was like getting blisters on her hands from having it on the sauce. like I went for a piss on during the break. I was like went to the toilet and I just must have had sauce on my hand and like and touched a bit on my Mickey and had to like go home. I live around the corner, so I had to go home and get a shower. Yeah, my Mickey.
Sorry, so you nearly killed several people, and then you left to get a shower.
Yeah.
And then you came back and did the quiz.
Mickey comes first on it. You know what I mean?
Did you finish the quiz?
Yeah, finished the quiz, but it was bad. It was really, really bad. Like,
I think it's mad, like the people doing this for the points in the quiz and the prizes were like worth about a tenner. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because the prizes were never. It was a bit of money, Lambrini. It would be just stuff that I'd get
the prizes were
bargain in the day and T-shirts and stuff. But like, I think there was real bragging rights to winning the quiz. Like,
yeah.
Like my missus, my now wife, she won the quiz, I think the first time, and she won me, and I married her.
Wow, what a prize!
Because she won the dance off. That's for another. I'll tell that story another time. How I met my wife. But yeah, that's how I met her at the quiz and the dance off.
What a beautiful, beautiful story.
What a beautiful story, yeah. So yeah, it was a beautiful story, Jim. But so many memories. But listen, I think we'll take a wee break. We'll be right back with Blame It on the Bongos. Right, welcome back.
What the hell is that?
Welcome back.
I like that as an intro.
Yeah, welcome back to Bongos Bungalow. Bouncing. Welcome back to Bongos Bungalow. Now, we love seeing you wreck the place and getting wild, but we want to know what happens after that when you leave the doors. From those who take their prizes out with them on a night out, for those that are rocking mobility scooters home, who's swapping their end of night kebab for a box of Cocoa Pops, and whose cardboard cutout ends up cutting shapes on the dance floor or possibly in your bed. We want to hear your wildest stories. Blame it on the bongos. People read stuff out. People write in and we read it out.
Yeah.
Know what that's called? In podcast?
Nope.
A feature.
Oh.
Is that right?
Oh, wow, you learned something new.
That's a feature.
Is it?
Yeah. It's episode 1. There's your first feature.
First ever feature.
So that's the feature. You tell us your bongo stories, and
we read them out.
And we read them out.
And that's a feature.
That's called a feature.
Right.
And we'll try and maybe we'll remember them. Like we'll remember them happening. Maybe we'll know the people. Maybe we won't. I'm just one of you. Who's going to do?
Yeah,
I'm not doing
on.
the reading.
Yeah, I'll
First one in the sack, in the mail sack. Look from Gateacre.
Gattaca.
Gattaca. Luke from Gattaca.
Gateacre.
Yeah, Gattaca.
Hello, lads. Do you reckon that's what his voice is like?
Is Gattaca's
Liverpool?
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be like, hello, lads.
Oh, I'll do it again then. Hello, lads. I was the proud winner of the Uber Eats Mackey's delivery a few years back, and it actually helped me meet my now missus. I remember getting on stage and throwing them in the crowd and pelted one right in the back of a girl's head. Made her drop a drink. Safe to say that if it wasn't for that mishap and having to buy her another beverage, we would never have got chatting. Amy and I went on a date not long after, and sparks flew from there. So my question is, are there any other tales of accidental love that have been through drunken bongos debauchery? Ta!
Ta! Ta!
Thanks, lads.
What? Any love stories? There's been quite. I think there's been quite a few.
Is it people meeting at the bingo though, or people? Because I know we have people like wanting to propose.
There's people meeting at the bingo. There was one recently actually that met at the bingo. It might even be Luke from Gateacre. Then they got married. Like they sent us like a big letter in to the office and told their story. I can't remember exactly where they met, but they went on a first date at the bingo, and they said that they were both really nervous, and because they were able to like have a laugh or there was something happening, they both like loosened up, and then they got married. I think they got married last year. We got invited to their wedding. They invited us.
Did you go?
No. Sent a hamper. Sent a hamper.
What was in it?
I think there was a mini unicorn and some like Bongo's Bingo stuff.
Spicy chicken wings.
Spicy chicken wings, yeah. Yeah, so congratulations to them.
To them.
But yeah, oh no, we've had proposals.
Yeah, but we get people wanting to propose. I think we let a couple of people do it, and other times we've said no because it's.
I don't do it at my shows.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Well, we've done it. I think the first time we did it might have been in a show in Newcastle. Someone comes up and goes, "I'm going to propose. Can I get on stage?" And that was, I think that was quite a nice one. But we did one in Liverpool where someone got up and proposed, and she said yes, and it's like she said yes. Everyone's going nuts, and they had planned it because they brought like the box and the ring and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like someone just like wanted a bit of attention, but they we put it up on our socials, and the girl got in touch and was like, take that down. I said no right after, yeah. So it was quite nice that she didn't want to mug him off when he was on stage, but she said no after. So if you're listening, unlucky.
Yeah, I remember some of them. Like it feels like it goes on dead slow. I remember that, like I think one of the ones that we done, it might have been that one, and the girl took ages to say yeah, and we were just on the stage a bit like
trying to get a chant going.
Put a tune on.
Just say yes. Just say yes. Call the next number. Fucking get off. You had a first date at the bingo?
Yeah, that was like the second time I ever came to the bingo, I think.
What was her name?
I'm not gonna say her name, like.
Oh, but that's a feature.
No, I'm not gonna. I think
you don't know that feature?
Nope.
I think we went about three more dates and then called it a day.
What? So but you went on a first date
to the bingo, yeah.
All right, fine.
It was good. It was class. Like you said there, like kind of like loosened you up. Got bevied and that.
Yeah.
Loosened it up a little bit.
Oh my god.
Didn't say her name.
Didn't say her name. What? You're not with him now? Unlucky. Well,
actually, I met me current missus at the bingo as well. In
What is her name?
Similar to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's still going. That's 4 years deep now.
4 years deep.
Yeah.
Still going.
She left Dubai to move over here.
Speaking of proposals, do you reckon you'd propose at the bingo or ever?
Ask me about Batman instead.
Yeah. Well, I go tell you. Did you propose? You didn't. You proposed at bingo. You've just recently got married.
Yeah, I didn't. I recently got married. I did propose. Yeah. What?
Hold on. Actually, did
at
you?
The bingo?
No.
Oh.
Did you propose? Tell a story. Was it? Yeah, go ahead. I was trying to remember. Was it with?
What?
Our ma was it?
Shall I just tell the story?
Yeah. Tell the story.
Oh yeah.
Tell the story.
Yeah.
Tell your proposal story, Jim.
Yeah, well, we're at Nando's. No, we weren't really. We're at a nice restaurant. We're at 6 by Nico.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And
is that cheap fine dining?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on, Jim.
Fine dining on a budget.
Yeah. Which nearly got ruined, by the way, the proposal off. I don't even know if I ever told you this.
Go on.
But the woman came. The woman. A waitress came over and was like, "Would you like your champagne now?" Or because you would. I had told you that I was going to do it, and you would like put some, like, paid for a couple of bottles of champagne. But I caught her just before everyone else at the table heard. She's like, "Want your champagne now?" Or and I was like, "Go away."
I was on. See, I'd phoned and was speaking to the waitress, and I was going, "Has he done the proposal yet?" And she went, "I don't think so." I was like, "Send the champagne." Get him now.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I don't. I
But
honestly don't know why I did this. Yeah, I don't know why I did this.
Right,
so on normal people probably when they're proposing, they'll want to do it with just yourself and your girlfriend. But what I did was invited her mum and a stepdad to the restaurant, and I don't know why I did it. And like when I got up to propose, I had that much adrenaline that I did like a donkey kick on my chair, like a back kick, and like the chair slid about 25 feet across the restaurant and like hit another table where there was like a small child that screamed. But I was just like, just so fired up because I've been practicing this speech and stuff. So I started rattling off this speech dead fast.
You did a speech?
Yeah, I had like a prepared thing that I was going to say. Like,
can you remember what it was?
Something like I'm proud of you, and that was it.
Did their mum and stepdad know that you were going to do it?
They only knew that I was going to do it about 5 minutes before.
Fuck, that is nuts. That, like,
Yeah,
that's a weird way to do it.
I wanted the mum to be there, but stepdad was there as well. So
Oh, well, that's very cute. That's so sweet. I'm proud of you. Will you marry me?
it was donkey,
Okay,
back
cool.
donkey kick.
Yeah, well, love's in there. I reckon there's more. I reckon there's more people that have met and possibly got
Has to
married.
be.
So if you did find love at Bongo's Bingo, and if you're still together and got married, let us know. Is there an email?
Yep.
Yeah, what is it?
Hello at bongosbungalow.co.uk.
Hello at bongosbongo.co.uk. Well, it's day number 1. Do you know what I mean? We're just learning it.
I think it sounds.
Yeah. Hello at bongosbungalow.co.uk.
Hello at bongosbungalow.co.uk.
Go back in the mail sack there. Cool. You read one in your
Yeah.
best voice.
I've got one here.
Make sure you get
I
there.
love
Find
it.
out where they're from.
This this one's anonymous. I think it might be a little bit juicy, maybe.
Ooh.
Hi, Bongo's Bungalow. After seeing a video of people raving to egg, sausage, chips and beans, I just knew I needed to go and try out bongos. I had a near miss on my first Bongo's Bingo experience, almost winning £500. Unfortunately, however, I got my question wrong and the money rolled over. I've never been called a dickhead so many times in my life, but it was still quite funny. On my second visit, I bagged myself the ultimate prize, the coveted mobility scooter, and I was on actual cloud 9. Me and the girls decided to have a drive a bit back into town to catch the last train home, and after finally reaching Central Station, we went down the big ramp. To my surprise, there wasn't much resistance in the wheels, and I ended up smashing into one of the shop windows in the station. We basically did a hit and run, and as I was too scared to go back, and God knows what happened to the scooter, I'm always petrified walking through any Merseyrail station in case my picture's up on the board somewhere. A funny story and definitely worth it for the memories, but it was scary at the time. Lots of love. Ta!
Ta!
Says that at the end, by the way. I didn't just say ta.
No, that's what we say now.
Okay, sick.
That's a bit. Ta!
Ta!
There's so many people who've done that though. That's why we've changed the rules, like, of collecting the mobility scooters the day after.
Yeah, we don't let them take it on the night.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you win it, you have to come and pick it up because because they power out. So if the battery goes, like
the wheels lock.
The wheels lock. So people were like riding them home, and I don't know what I think it's like those scooters that you can hire. I think there's still like driving rules if you've had a drink.
Drive, yeah.
But,
too heavy to pick up and carry
and
home
then
as
they were
well.
just being like left somewhere, and you couldn't pick them up. Yeah, but we've done that. There's been quite a few like that. So
Yeah.
there has.
We recently helped someone with a mobility scooter, didn't we? Broken down in the street.
Oh, absolute.
What had happened with it? I
No,
can't even
that's
remember now.
God's work. That's absolute God's work.
Yeah, we went and
we were
helped
walking
them,
to we were walking to the game, and we were walking to the match, and there was a little lady. The seat had come off. Had it?
I can't, something like that.
She was having a
She's having a
nightmare.
nightmare.
She was like maybe in her 80s, and the seat was coming off, and she stopped. We were walking past, and she was like, "Can you help me? I don't know if you know anything about mobility scooters." And we both said in sync, "Do we?" We're experts, and yeah, we fixed her seat.
Yeah, well, I think you just stood. You made small talk while I fixed it.
Yeah. I distracted her.
Yeah.
Well, you were in her handbag.
I was going to say, in a
God's
shopping bag.
No, we fixed it and then took her
Sent
to
it
the
off
cafe.
on her way.
Yeah. Oh, she was lovely. Hey, if you're listening.
What?
If you're listening, aren't we great?
Yeah, and also, there's more God's work, I'm sure, recently. Something to do with ducks. I seen your mum post it on Facebook.
Fuck off. You've got my mum on Facebook, haven't you?
Yeah.
You don't mean in your DMs?
No, that was God's work as well. I was walking to I don't know if it's told you, Jim, but I was walking to the show, and when I was by Calderstones Park, and there was ducks. There was a mummy duck and 10 little ducklings, but they were just like on the main road, and they were nowhere near a park. So I was like, I need to get into work, but then I was like, I gotta save these ducks. And
What a dilemma.
well, I was thinking, like, because there was no one else around, and then I was thinking, right, okay, it's about 300 meters to Calderstones Park. Need to get them somewhere safe away from the road. So I just like walked behind them, and like kind of like was shooing them in to the side because they kept wanting to go out onto the road. And then I sent the video to my mum, put it in the family group, going like, how have I ended up here, like trying to get these ducks to the park. And then as I was crossing, so I got to Menlove Avenue, big double intersection. I'm like, right, if I can just get them across this road, I've got them home and dry. And I was walking across, and then the lights of the red or green light. Right, let's go. And I'm shooting across. These two lads in a white van just went out and go, nice ducks there, Bongo. I was like, but yeah. So then I get into work, and he's there going, like, I hadn't told anyone, and he's going like, oh, you saved the wee duckies, did you? I was like, what? He's like, saved the wee duck. And my mum had done like a big post on Facebook. You
like
can do my mum's voice.
She always says just, oh look, my wee Jonny Bongo, they're saving the wee duckies. What would they have done without him? Oh.
Like she's here.
That's true though.
Class though.
Yeah.
She's just proud of you, isn't she?
If you have done any God's work, email us in at hello@bongosbungalow.co.uk. Right, so nice, mail them in. That was nice. Good stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for how did you find doing the first ever Bongo's Bungalow podcast?
All right.
It's been nice to spend time.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little bit nervous at the start, like thinking like, what do I sound like? I haven't heard myself yet, to be fair. Like, but you said my reading voice was alright.
Yeah, it was alright. Do you have fun, Jim?
I had fun. Yeah, you know, I'm an overthinker and I'm constantly judging myself. But yeah,
I'm really happy. I'm really happy with it as well. It's nice spending time with you, and I think there's a lot more stories to tell.
That's why I like. I just like spending time.
We've got so much stories in the bag.
But everyone else is going to have so many stories to send to us as well that we don't even know. So
yeah, could be God's work, could be scandal, could be love. Who knows?
Hopefully scandal.
So yeah, join us again next time. The Bungalow isn't just for us legend and heroes; it's for you as well. So yeah, send in your stories, questions, and actually, we've been thinking about trying to get some new prize ideas. So if you want to send some of them in as well, that'd be nice.
Yeah, follow us on socials at Bongo's Bungalow and send us your maddest Bongo stories, and don't forget to tell all your mates, even the dickheads.
You can also get in touch via email at hello@bongosbungalow.co.uk.
Well, listen, if you've enjoyed this, share it with your mates and all that, and tell your friends. And if you have enjoyed it, well, Friday, maybe there's going to be something happening there. Maybe we'll fire you something else, like a wee extra bit.
Crazy eyes. That's so intense.
What?
No face then?
Yeah.
You're threatening them.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. No, when you look at the camera, that's why you got to go intense. I'm looking at you.
Like you're threatening them?
No, I'm looking at you all... No, I'm looking at you all friendly, and then I'm like, Friday, there's something else. So find it and watch it. So yeah, all the best. Big love.